The clock strikes midnight on your 70th birthday, and something extraordinary happens that no one tells you about. The universe begins speaking to you in a language only the wise can understand. They say time is the great teacher, but after 70, time stops teaching with words and starts whispering with signs so profound they can add decades to your life or quietly take them away. There's an old story my grandfather, Elias, once told me. As his eyes sparkled with a light that defied his 94 years, he said, "It's not how many candles are on the cake, it's how bright your spirit still burns." He outlived every doctor's prediction, not just because his heart was strong, but because his days were full of presence, laughter, stillness, and an unshakable resilience that modern medicine still cannot bottle. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to age differently? Not just physically, but in the depth of their eyes and the lightness of their step. There's a wisdom in their whispers, a knowing in their silence. These are not coincidences. They are reflections of an inner landscape that shapes our outer journey. The shocking truth about life after 70, the truth your doctor may never tell you, isn't written in medical textbooks or found in pharmaceutical trials. It's etched in the gentle creases around your eyes when you smile. It's hidden in the way you reach for someone's hand. It's revealed in those quiet moments when you're simply being rather than doing. Science can measure heartbeats, but it cannot measure heart. It can count years, but not how fully those years were lived. The greatest minds in longevity research are only now beginning to understand what the wisest elders have known all along. After 7 decades of breathing this Earth's air, the signs of your remaining journey become surprisingly simple, almost heartbreakingly so, and they're hiding in plain sight. Let me share with you what I've learned from those who've walked the longest paths with the lightest steps. Secrets that could transform not just how long you live, but how fully you experience each remaining day. The first sign, and perhaps the most powerful predictor of all, is how quickly you recover. Not just physically, but emotionally. A scraped knee heals. We all know that. But do you also bounce back from disappointment, from grief, from change? The unexpected truth researchers at Harvard are only beginning to understand is this: the ability to bend without breaking, to feel deeply without drowning, to adapt without losing your essence. This resilience carries us through decades more powerfully than any vitamin or exercise regimen. The most remarkable discovery? It isn't stored in your muscles or your DNA. It lives in your spirit, and you can strengthen it at any age. I remember meeting Eleanor, 87, who doctors gave 6 months to live after she lost her husband of 62 years. The grief was crushing. The medical tests showed her heart was literally weakening. But that was 15 years ago, and she's still here, defying every prediction. She told me her secret. "I cry every morning when I wake up alone. I don't fight the grief. Then I get up, make my bed, and find one beautiful thing to notice before noon." That's not denial or positive thinking. That's the gentle recovery of a soul that knows how to heal itself. A practice more powerful than any medication. Does this sound familiar in your life or in someone you care about? Take a moment to think about it, because recognizing this pattern could be life-changing. The second sign, which neurologists are now confirming through brain imaging studies, is the strength of your curiosity. This might be the most overlooked longevity secret of our time. Are you still asking questions? Still learning something new, even if quietly, without announcement or recognition? The revolutionary discovery is this: the mind that remains open creates neural pathways that resist deterioration and creates space for life to continue flowing through it. A curious soul doesn't age the same way as one that has decided it already knows everything worth knowing. In fact, research suggests that curiosity might be more protective against cognitive decline than any supplement on the market. At 92, Arthur stunned his doctors when his cognitive tests improved rather than declined. His secret? He had started learning Japanese because he'd always been fascinated by the cherry blossoms. "I'll probably never visit Japan," he told me with a mischievous smile, "but my mind can still travel there every day." His eyes sparkled with the light of discovery, and his brain scans showed activity patterns similar to someone decades younger. Keep watching. The next sign may surprise you even more, as it challenges everything modern medicine believes about longevity. The third sign, perhaps the most surprising to conventional medicine, is the quality of your relationships, not the quantity. The breakthrough discovery isn't just that loneliness kills, we've known that, but that a single authentic connection can add years to your life. Do you have even one person you feel truly safe with? Not someone who just talks, but someone who sees you, someone who knows your fears without judgment and celebrates your joys without envy. The revolutionary truth is that deep connection nourishes us more than any supplement ever will. In fact, one Harvard study found that deep relationships were a better predictor of long life than cholesterol levels, exercise habits, or genetic markers combined. Groundbreaking research now confirms what the heart has always known. Isolation ages us faster than smoking, obesity, or high blood pressure. But here's the revolutionary part that most miss. It's not about having a crowd or collecting social media friends. It's about having communion, even if it's just with one other soul who makes you feel at home in yourself. Maria, at 96, has outlived 3 doctors who told her her heart was failing. Her secret? She still meets her friend Josephine every Thursday without fail. They've been doing this for over 40 years through every life challenge. "Some weeks we talk for hours," she says. "Other weeks we just sit quietly and knit. But I always leave feeling more myself." When researchers tested her inflammatory markers before and after these meetings, they were shocked to find improvements comparable to powerful medications. This is the medicine that doesn't come in bottles, but might extend your life by decades. The fourth sign, which Japanese centenarian studies identified as more important than diet, is your sense of purpose, even if it's gentle. This revelation contradicts everything we thought we knew about aging. You don't need a grand mission statement at this stage of life. But waking with intention, even if it's just to tend your garden, write a letter, or smile at a neighbor, literally rewires your neurochemistry and adds years to life and life to years. Here's the astonishing part that few understand. Purpose doesn't have to roar. It can whisper. It can be as simple as being the one who remembers birthdays, or the one who feeds the birds, or the one who tells stories to the young. The shocking discovery from longevity research is that having a why to wake up literally strengthens your immune system more effectively than many medications. The point is that something calls you forward into each day, something beyond mere habit. And this quiet purpose might be the most overlooked longevity secret of our time. Henry, at 84, walks 3 miles every morning to the elementary school where he volunteers as a reading helper. "The children's eyes light up when they see me," he says, "and mine light up too. That's enough reason to keep my heart beating." Notice this in yourself or someone you love. The fifth sign is the calmness of your breath. Have you noticed how you breathe when you're at peace? Soft, slow, present. Your breath is the mirror of your inner world, and the body follows its rhythm. Those who breathe fully tend to live fully, not just longer. There's a reason why ancient wisdom traditions across cultures focus on the breath. It's the bridge between conscious and unconscious, between doing and being. It's also perhaps the most honest reflection of how we're carrying our days. I once asked Sarah, 101, her secret to longevity. She laughed and said, "I breathe all the way out." Most people hold on to their breath like they hold on to their worries, but I've learned to let both go completely. Okay, such simple wisdom, yet so profound in practice. Comment the number below if this resonates with your experience. The sixth sign is your relationship with the past. Are you still angry at what cannot be undone? Still clutching the should-haves and might-have-beens? Or have you made peace with your story, all of it, the triumphs and failures, the gifts and the wounds? Forgiveness isn't for them. It's the medicine your heart takes to stay light and open. Bitterness is a heavy companion that ages everything it touches. Those who live longest have often mastered the art of gentle release. John, 89, told me about forgiving his brother after 40 years of estrangement. I didn't do it for him, he said. I did it because carrying that weight was exhausting. Now I have more energy for today. Your history doesn't have to determine your health. The seventh sign is how you greet each morning. Do you still open the curtains and let the light in? Do you still whisper, "Thank you," just for waking? A grateful soul tends to linger longer because it knows how to hold life tenderly. Gratitude isn't about ignoring difficulties. It's about the radical act of noticing what remains good, even in the midst of what hurts. It's about training your eyes to see the light, even when shadows fall across your path. Dorothy wakes at 5 a.m. every day at 97 years old. First thing I do, she tells me, is touch my own hand and say, "Hello, old friend. We get another day together." Then I look out my window and find one beautiful thing. Sometimes it's just the way the streetlight makes the rain glitter. But there's always something. Does this gentle practice speak to something in you? These signs aren't numbers on a chart. They're not measured by machines or confirmed by experts. They are the subtle truths of a life still burning bright. They are the whispered wisdom that comes only through living many seasons, through watching the full cycle of growth, harvest, release, and renewal. You may live 10 more years, or 30, but maybe what matters most is this. How deeply are you living now? How present are you for the unfolding miracle of ordinary days? How willing are you to remain available to joy, to connection, to the surprising grace that can find you even in difficulty? There's a tenderness that comes with acknowledging our mortality, not a morbid focus, but a gentle awareness that makes each sunrise more precious, each conversation more meaningful, each small pleasure more worthy of our complete attention. I think of my friend Robert, who at 86 still writes poetry every morning. "I'm not trying to leave a legacy," he told me. "I'm just trying to witness well what's given to me each day." His words have the quiet authority of someone who has learned what truly matters. So notice your breath, hold someone's hand, say the words of love while they can still be heard. Forgive what can be forgiven. Release what cannot. And let this be the year you live, not by the calendar, but by what lights you up inside. Life expectancy isn't just about time. It's about texture, the richness of your days, the depth of your peace, the capacity of your heart to remain open even after it's been broken. It's about your willingness to remain a student of life, even as you become one of its elders. I share these reflections not as one who has mastered them, but as a fellow traveler on this path we all walk, sometimes stumbling, sometimes soaring, but always with the opportunity to choose presence over perfect, connection over correctness, wonder over worry. If something in these words has awakened something in you, a recognition, a remembering of wisdom you've always carried, I'd be deeply honored if you'd consider joining our growing community of wisdom seekers. Each like you, leave below, isn't just a click. It's a signal to others that these forgotten truths still matter in our rushed world. Your comment sharing which sign resonated most powerfully with you helps others feel less alone in their journey. And subscribing means we can continue walking this path together, sharing the insights that can only come from lives deeply lived, insights that might literally add years to your life or the life of someone you love. This isn't about numbers or algorithms. It's about souls recognizing each other across the digital distance, creating a sanctuary of wisdom in a world obsessed with youth. It's about preserving and sharing the quiet, transformative truths that our elders have always known, but modern society has forgotten. Truths that science is only now beginning to understand. You've lived long enough to know what resonates as true. Trust that knowing. And if these reflections have offered even a moment of recognition or comfort, know that your presence here matters. Your story matters. The light you still carry matters. This space was made for you, and you are still here, still becoming, still teaching the rest of us how to age with grace, with courage, with an open heart. Thank you for the gift of your attention, for the wisdom of your years, and for the inspiration of your continuing journey. Remember, it's not the years in your life that matter most. It's the life in your years. And by the measure of what truly counts, you may have far more life ahead than you realize.